Today I'm going to show you how you can use a towel for some resistance training. Now, we don't always have access to weights or a gym, and sometimes we want to do something a little bit different to just train our muscles in a slightly different way. So we can use a towel. Before I show you how to do that, we're going to talk a little bit about muscular tension, and we're going to talk about isometric training techniques. So muscular tension, when you lift a weight, the muscle is under tension. So imagine I'm lifting a dumbbell, the muscle is under tension. And weight training is all about tension in those muscles. There's a principle called time under tension. The longer you can keep the muscle under tension, the more effective the exercise is going to be, which is why slowing down movements in your weight training is really a good way of improving the effectiveness of your workout. On top of time under tension, there is also something called isometric contraction, which means you hold a weight static with the muscle under tension, and that will work the muscle as well. Now, overall, you need to do both. You need to do some movement, and you need to occasionally do some isometrics as well. Is good just for shocking the muscle into growth and giving it something different to do. You can do both with a towel, and this is where we can create our own tension in those muscles by using other muscles in your own body. It's brilliant because you're customizing your workout to your own strength. So you're always going to be able to challenge yourself. Let me give you an example. So I'm going to open up this towel. It's just a hand towel. I'm just going to grip one end of it with one hand, and I'm going to just give it a little twist and grip the other end of it with the other hand like this. And I'm going to hold it in front and just flip it underneath. Now, you will be familiar with bicep curls. We do bicep curls with weights. We do bicep curls. We can use dumbbells, barbells, all kind of stuff. If I do bicep curls with a towel, I'm not lifting much weight, I must admit. But we're not actually working our biceps here. Here's the thing. We're going to push outwards with all our strength on that towel, so that towel is under tension. That means our muscles are also under tension, and you will feel a little bit in the biceps, but I'm feeling it a little bit in the back of my shoulders. I'm feeling quite a few muscles under tension. And what we're going to do is maintain that tension in the muscle. It's like an isometric contraction, but we're going to add a little bit of movement. So I'm going to go through the motion of doing bicep curls. And I would call this towel bicep curls, but it's not actually the biceps that are doing most of the work. It's actually muscles in your rotator cuff and in your shoulders, a little bit in the biceps as we move that towel up and down. You can do 10, 20, 30 seconds. You can keep going for a minute if you can. The longer you keep the muscle under tension, the more effective it's going to be. So there's lots of different exercises that you can do. I'm just going to run through a few and give you an indication of what muscle groups you're using. I told you that those bicep curls don't really work the biceps. That's because there was no tension pulling in the opposite direction. We can fix that by doing a one-sided tricep push down. Triceps are working on one side, biceps are working on the other side. Now what you're doing is you're pulling your hands away from each other. So there's lots of tension in the towel, there's lots of tension in my muscles. If I move the towel in a diagonal action, you will find that one tricep is working and one bicep is working. You're basically creating your own tension in the opposite muscle. I'm working a bicep here, and I'm working a tricep here, and then of course you can swap over and do the other side. The stronger you are, the more you'll be able to push the towel and the more tension you'll create, balancing out your own strength. So it's perfect. So biceps and triceps you can do, exactly as I just showed you, pushing down. We can do other exercises that involve shoulders. So I showed you the bicep curls, as I call them. You can do like an upright row, really pulling on that towel, pulling outwards, and you'll feel the tension around in your back and in your shoulders, all kinds of places you pull and move up and down slowly. That just shifts the emphasis from one part of the muscle to the other. Upright row, we can do a chest press, pulling outwards on the towel as we push forwards. Oh, that's a good one. Front raise we can do. Again, always pulling as hard as you can on that towel, pulling outwards. Really important. There's no point in just lifting the towel and it's just floppy in the middle. Okay, that's not going to do anything. You need to pull outwards and lift. I quite like doing rotations with the towel. We can take the hands a little bit wider and we can rotate round. Imagine that one arm is trying to pull and the other arm is resisting motion. This is going to work across your back. We can do an overhead swaying action from side to side, and this is going to work into your lats. Oh, that's a good, I like that one. That's a good one because it means we're getting a bit of work in the lats. And of course, a shoulder press, but we're pulling outwards as we're pushing up. And you'll feel tension in places that you probably haven't felt it before if you haven't done this kind of training. We're not lifting weights, but there's lots of tension running through my shoulders and arms. Always pulling outwards. That's the key thing. Pulling, pulling, pulling. So there's lots of different exercises you can do. Have a little think yourself about different things you can do, pulling on that towel and doing different movements. And you'll find that you can train all kinds of different muscle groups. It's a really good technique. It means if you're on holiday, if you're in a hotel room, if you're away from home, you can grab a towel. You can do a little bit of resistance training. So that's amazing. Give it a go. Try it out for yourself. See how you get on. Let me know in the comments if it's working for you. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and come back again very soon and see me again for the next one. So do take care and goodbye.